My focus was trying to figure out what he was upset about and get him out of the house." Amber Heard's sister Whitney Henriquez is now being asked about an incident that took place on 21 March 2013 when Johnny Depp allegedly refused to leave Heard's home. She says she arrived at Heard's home in the afternoon, and as soon as she walked in there was smoke in the air, which was odd. Ms. Henriquez says furniture was askew and there was cocaine in front of Depp. She says she began a conversation with Depp and he drew his attention to a painting by Heard's ex-partner that was on the wall. He was convinced that it was on the wall to taunt him, to tease him, she says. She goes on to say she was trying to get him out of the house because he was late for filming a documentary on the Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards. "For hours we sat there. I was trying to talk to him, making him feel like everything was okay. Just trying to get him out of the house." His assistant kept coming in and out at one point, Ms. Henriquez adds. Ms. Henriquez is asked if she observed any injuries on her sister at the time, and she says her face was swollen and it was kind of red. "I thought she had just been crying and her lip did appear to be cut, but again at the time, that wasn't what we were trying to do. It wouldn't have been appropriate to talk to her about it. That wasn't my focus, frankly. My focus was just sitting there trying to figure out what he was upset about and get him out of the house." Ms. Henriquez says that after around 4 or 5 hours Depp agreed to leave the house on the condition that Heard leave with him, which he did. Heard's sister says she accompanied Depp and Heard to the documentary filming and sat in the front of the car with the driver while bizarre writing on kitchen counter. Raquel Pennington's ex-husband Josh Drew is now being asked about an alleged attack that took place in December 2015. He says he and his ex-wife had come back to the penthouse complex on the day of the incident and Ms. Pennington had planned to meet with Heard. However, when Heard did not respond to any text messages, Mr. Drew says the pair let themselves into one of the apartments in the complex to check on her and make sure she was okay. Mr. Drew says when they stepped in, the place was out of order. "When we turned the corner, on a section of counter near the kitchen sink, there was something written on the counter," he says. "I can't remember what material it was, and to be honest I can't actually recall exactly what was written, but it was something very, very weird." He goes on to say the message read "always such a fraud" or something akin to that. He is asked if he ever learned who had written the message on the kitchen counter and replies, "I'm sure there will be an objection to this response, but I knew it was his handwriting." Asked to clarify if he is referring to Depp, he says, "Correct." Mr. Drew goes on to say he saw Heard that night and he noticed she had significant bruising on both eye sockets and her forehead was red. "There's damage in these apartments." The court is now listening to a recorded deposition from Josh Drew, who is Raquel Pennington's ex-husband. He is being asked about the alleged assault that took place on 21 May 2016 at the couple's penthouse complex. Asked if he ever saw Depp smash bottles of wine or break furniture, he says, "No." Mr. Drew says on the day of the incident he guided police officers through Depp's apartments. He claims one of the officers told him, "There's damage in these apartments, her face is red, if she files a report, we have enough here to go pick him up." Heard did not express financial motivations for remaining in relationship with Depp, former friend says. Amber Heard's lawyer Ben Rottenborn is taking Heard's former friend Raquel Pennington through a series of photographs from the incident on 21 May 2016. One of images is a picture of Heard's face, which appears to be swollen and red. Asked if it fairly and accurately depicts Heard's condition that evening, she says, "Yes." Mr. Rottenborn goes on to ask if Heard expressed any financial motivations to wanting to remain in a relationship with Depp, and Ms. Pennington says, "No." Heard's former friend recalls Depp yelling at actress. Amber Heard's former friend Raquel Pennington is being asked about an event that took place in May 2016 in her recorded deposition now. She tells Heard's lawyer Ben Rottenborn she was getting ready for an artist craft show in one of the apartments in Heard's penthouse complex when Heard got a message from Depp saying he wanted to come over. Ms. Pennington says Heard went to see Depp in another apartment that is connected to the building, but she later sent a text to her asking her to come over. When she arrived, she says she saw Depp yelling at Heard. He was yelling, "I don't remember what exactly he was saying," and she was calling for help, and that had never happened before. Saying "help me," she says. "I went and I cut, though, the space between the coffee table and the sofa, and I went after him, and he was yelling and yelling, and I put my hands up on his chest, and I was like, stop, just trying to calm him down, and he hit my hands away, and so I just went straight over to Amber. She sat down on the couch, she was crying, and I put my body over her, and he came a little bit closer to us, and he was yelling at her to get up or quit crying or something, and he was getting closer and closer." Ms. Pennington says she recalled seeing a ceramic ashtray on the coffee table while Depp was shouting, "I was thinking, if he gets any closer I'm just going to pick up that ashtray and hit him with it because he was getting closer to us," she says. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next video.